Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in our next series here, our next video we're doing in this series for this beautiful journal is we're going to go ahead and make some pockets and ephemera. So I had been thinking about how I want to do this, and you can make pockets and put them on your pages and decorate after, or you can make them before you put them in and just get a pile going so that we can have fun decorating. And it is fun making the ephemera. So I thought, I don't know how many videos it's going to take to make all the ephemera for this journal. I know what colors are in this. I have all my inks out that coordinate with this so that I can keep up with the colors. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. I am usually when I make pockets, sorry, I'm turning these ink colors around so I can read them. Usually when I make pockets, I look at where I'm going to want to put pockets. So for me, you can put pockets and tucks and, places to put ephemera anywhere in your journal. I make more of a writing style journal, where you can also put like memorabilia, pictures, whatever. It's kind of a mix. The journals I make are meant to be that, or just a writing journal. But typically for my style is I put pockets. I usually put pockets on the inside, front, and back covers. And I put pockets on all pages that you can't easily write on. And I add writing space to it, so that allows for our beautiful paper that we've put in here to be seen and not completely covered up, so you can enjoy the beautiful paper. So I would put pockets there. I would put pockets on this page, and typically I don't put any on the writing pages, though I have a lot in here. I may do something with this flip out page right here on the edge, but I will for sure put it on all of the DSP pieces. And then possibly something on like these pieces here. These can be written on those, so I typically stay away from those. And we'll see. It all really depends on how full this journal gets, because it will fill up and kind of chunk out, and I don't want it to be too chunky that somebody can't put their own, their own stuff in it, and their own ephemera pieces or whatever, and still be able to write in it. So first thing I want to do is pull in some of our pieces that we have. So we've prepped some of these. Now I may need more of these, and those can be prepped. We can do more of those later. I just did a few. I've got our colored pages here. I've got the leftover pieces. This is half. And this is the strip that was left from cutting down the cardstock that was in here that we turned into the cover. And I have some of the leftover DSP, and this is only half the pack, so I still have half a pack left. And so we're going to use some of these. First off, let's do a really simple. I'm going to grab these bigger pieces here, and we're going to do some really simple pockets. And I haven't cut this one up yet. I'm still deciding on that, so I'm going to move these aside. And I'm going to get my circle punch, one of them. So I'm going to grab my 2-inch circle punch. That's the smallest one I have. I actually had one in, and it's not working properly for some reason. That was smaller. So I'm trying to get that to work properly. But any kind of circle, it doesn't even have to be a circle. It can be a shaped punch, and I'll show you what we're going to do with it in a minute. But first thing I want to decide is I do want a very simple pocket on the inside cover here. So I just have to decide which one of these I want to be the pocket for this. So I have birds here, so I'm taking that into consideration. I have brown here, so don't want to use the brown. I don't think I want to use the birds either, any of the birds. So I have this choice, which is on this side. So I think this one matches the cover. And I really kind of like that. It's kind of a contrast between the cover and this. Let's see. Do I mind this one? Just making a decision here. I'm going to go with the floral. I'm going to go with this one. So I'm going to be able to use this strip for both pockets. And I'm going to measure, if you have a ruler, and you know I have two rulers and I can't find them half the time because I move them all over the place. But if you have another way to measure here, we know that this was 12 inches and this was 6. So each side should be 6 inches wide. Yep, to where we scored. So I want to leave room on either side here. So I think I'm going to do my pockets at 5.5, and I can always trim it down more if I think they're too wide. So I'm going to get my cutter. And I'm going to cut these pieces, paying attention to the orientation and where I want to cut them for whatever paper you're using. Make sure we can see this. And I'm trying to get my video so it's not, I mean, I know it needs to be close, but notice in my video a lot is cut off. So I might just need a different thing to put my phone in when I'm videotaping. So I'm going to cut this at 5.5 inches. And I'm going to cut this one also at 5.5 inches. One for the front and one for the back. Now they don't have to be the same. You can have different ones if you want. I am going to save this piece. Okay. So we've got these two here. And I'm going to just get my journal and make sure they're going to fit nicely the way that I want them. Yes. And because I have used fabric, now you can use fabric for your spine. I recommend some sort of fabric, or if you have a Tyvek shipping envelope you received, putting that on there and then putting some paper over it, just something to reinforce. That's the main reason I use this fabric, is to make sure with the opening and closing, eventually the paper will wear and you have the fabric to hold. But you can cover with paper. I mean, it's thick enough, it'll take a while before it wears. But just so I make sure that that spine is going to last a good long time. So that's going to be the pocket for the front and the back. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to just cut a notch out of it. So I'm going to make sure I have it right side up. Those are both right side up. So I'm just going to take this and eyeball it. Now if you want to, you can find the center of this and mark a little pencil and kind of center it in there. But I'm just going to eyeball it, cut a little notch. These, you don't have to save these pieces unless you want to use them to decorate with. Same thing for this, cut a little notch. And there's two pockets we have. Now I want to do a little bit of decorating on there. So something that I have, that I had shown in a previous video, is I have this bag of pre-cut labels, different things that we could use. This is a punch for decorating. I've got some of these. That would probably be really pretty because I am thinking kind of lacy type of a journal thing on here. Lacy type for the journal. I could do, here's a piece of vellum that I have too. vellum would be pretty as well. I think I kind of want to do this on both of these. I think that would be really, really pretty. Okay, and we have all of these labels. We're going to play with them because I have a huge stash. Might as well get them out and play with them. If you don't have this die, you could use the faux stamp. Just cut a square. Use anything you can think of. You know, a circle. Let's see what a circle would look like. With a scallop. That would be very pretty too. Just a circle. You know, off to the side maybe. You could turn it into a little circle tuck. But for these ones, I think I want to use this. Or just to show you some different options. See what else we got in here. Got this really pretty punch that I've punched out. We'll do this kind of stuff on another one. I really like these here. Okay, so we'll set those pockets aside for now, and we need to decorate these. I'm trying to cover up a light I know that you can see on this, on that. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to stamp on these. I'm going to grab this, and I should have a paper I was stamping off on yet. Here we go. Let's put this under. So that way we can catch anything that goes over. Okay, let's see. So now time to pick out a stamp set. This would be fun. This, that one would be fun. Actually, let's stencil. Still have my stencils out. Let's stencil on them. Let's have fun with that one. Let's do some of those swirls. And we've got boho blue in here, balmy blue, the pinks, calypso coral. We've got some yellow in here. So let's do the yellow. Let's make it bright and happy. And I'm going to take a look at this really quick while I'm planning that out to see what I could fussy cut. Oh. Yeah. Let's do, I'm going to switch. I'm going to go with, for the journal that I'm making, I'm going to go with this soft seafoam. Okay, because I think I'm going to fussy cut some of these out to help decorate the pockets. Okay. Now what I'm going to attempt to do is just stencil within this part of this die set here. Now if you have darling details, I think you can cut, you know, just check through your dies and see if you want a bigger one like what I'm doing. You can find a die that you would like that would look nice on the center of this pocket. All right, let's move some of this stuff. right there. Grab my green, which I don't think I started a green one. And I'm just going to try really, really hard. I don't care if I get it all over, but I'm just going to try to stay within this part. Now you can always change it or tape it off. I got more of a brown. Probably because I haven't cleaned that off, but that's okay. Brown will be fine. Need to clean my stencils. Let's try this end and see if we get some green on here. That's fun. So we've got that, and I'm gonna see if I can just let's come in here and just color some of that with some of that green. There, that's very nice. It's very subtle, but I can see the green on there. Okay, I'm happy with those. And let's see what they look like on these pockets. I think that's fun. Okay. Let's fussy cut from out of here some of these birds. I really kind of want to do this one. I know part of it's cut off. That's okay. So you can just bubble cut around it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I tend to get too close sometimes, closer than I want to get, but I want a bubble around it just to give it some shape and some character. I think I'm going to leave that edge straight and then come in here since it was partially cut off, and I can line it up with this stitched looking line on my piece. Now anything you see in your paper that you want to cut out, you can certainly fussy cut it instead of stamping a design, which we will be doing some of that. Forgot to grab ribbon. And I'm sure I've mentioned it a while ago on some of my other videos, but I love these scissors. My favorite fussy cutting scissors. I had another pair that I really enjoyed, and I think they were really good, but however, I'm enjoying these even more. Okay, I think what I want to do is I want to take, just to make that pop a little bit more, I'm going to take my Fresh Freesia, which is the color that's in these, let's see if there's any in there, my Fresh Freesia, and I'm gonna color the edge of this here, of that. So I'm just going to open this up. There's some purple on this already, so I may not need to, but let's see what it looks like if I do that. I'm going to open it up so I can get some purple on there. There's lots of ways you can do this. I have my brushes out, so I'm going to do that. You can use your sponge daubers. And I'm going to add some purple here. Just to make that stand out a little bit more. That's what I'm going to do for that. Let's see what this looks like here. I really like that. So I'm going to fussy cut another one for this one. I'm not putting that together because I might want to do more and I need to go get my different ribbon choices. So for this one, I'm really drawn to this bright pink one right here. So I'm just going to cut along here. And then we're just going to go ahead and cut this out. You're going to want to turn your paper when you have when you're cutting. You'll get smoother lines if you turn your paper instead of your scissors. It took me a long time to get used to turning my paper instead of my scissors. But I have done a ton of fussy cutting, so now I'm more comfortable with it. So I've been watching some videos on other different types of pockets. I'm always watching stuff like that because I do spend a lot. I do make journals. I make quite a few journals, and some of them I gift, some of them I do sell. Or sometimes somebody will ask me, I don't do it often, but somebody will ask me for a special journal, so I'll make them one. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to kind of ink around. And these kind of journals too are really like a mixed media. I'm still going to use the Fresh Freesia around here, around this, because I have it out. It coordinates to try to get those edges just so this stands out a little bit more. That looks good to me, and so I'm going to do this here. But I've been watching Really Robin Stamps on YouTube, and she's actually the one I signed up under for Stampin' Up. But she's been doing these collage cards, and I've played a little bit with it, but we're going to do some of those from her instructions that she's given. I love how she's broken them down so that we can, they're beautiful for cards, but also they make really great ways to make ephemera card, or ephemera, you know, like journal cards and stuff, tags, things like that. So I'm really excited to be doing that. Okay, so I really like this the way this is. However, I feel like I need to put something more under here, and I'm not sure what. So I'm going to grab some ribbon and see if I can, see if that's what I need. Got some of that. some of this too, and I can't remember, I'm sure. And it's frayed ribbon, which I'm really excited about. But first, let's see. Maybe just putting some ribbon across. Not liking that one. Just to fill up some of that space. This pretty soft sea foam. Or I might just want a word on there and maybe a little bow. Let's try that. The ribbon's not doing it for me. A bow would be cute on there. Let's see what kind of word we have. This is kind of my process. I just go through and see what I want to make, decorate it. Ooh, here's one. We have very best occasion, and here's the word grateful. That's really big. You can look for single words. So if you have a black Stampin' Right marker, you can color just what you want, the word you want, and stamp on there. So there's that. And then I have here's one that just says love. I think that would be really cute. This is from Quiet Meadow. You go ahead and pull that out. And there's some flowers in here too. I just put the word love right there. Grab my black ink. That's super cute. I like that. And maybe we want to put some purple splatters in the background, and there's a splatter on this one. Oh, that would be perfect too. We're going to use this one. There's butterflies in here too we can cut out. We're going to use the splatters. These are bigger ones, and we're gonna splatter with fresh freesia. Let's see, I'm going to get that at an angle. I'm just getting the corner so I can get some of these white areas. Let's see how that looks with the word love on it. Oh, that's fun. That's what it needed. It needed some more background. for me. So I'm going to do that here as well. Make sure I get some of these areas here. Now I'm just going to get the end of this splatter just to get in some splatters here. There. Let's see what this bird looks like here. I love the splatters. That finishes off for me. So now I want to do another word. I'm going to take this sentiment that says, heartfelt love and caring thoughts are with you, and I'm going to actually just color heartfelt, and I'm going to put that on there. So I'm going to take my black Stampin' Write marker, and I'm just going to color heartfelt. Huff on it just a little bit just to give it some, make sure it's wet. There we go. Put that right there, and I might put a little bow there. Okay, I'm going to clean off these stamps. Move this aside for right now. These can stay there for right now. Okay, so now we can decorate. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this on. I'm going to get this on the pocket. That looks good to me. Okay, it's pretty straight. Now we're going to do this one and get this put on here. And then put this on its pocket. Okay, so for this, for that empty space, I'm going to see what it would look like for a soft seafoam bow. You can use twine, whatever you have in your stash. Trying to make the bow too small. Okay. There we go. Let's see how that would look on there. I think that would be fun. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut this tail down a little bit longer. I mean, cut it shorter. And I may use that piece to decorate on something else. And then we'll cut this. Now for this, I am going to use my Fabri-Tac instead of a glue dot because I don't want it to pop up. When I put this bow down, I want it to be on there. You could also use a hot glue gun, but I don't have mine ready out here, so, or warmed up. Apologize for my shakiness. I got busy today and didn't eat till really late, and when I skip food after a while, it tends to not make me feel so good. So, okay, that is such a cute pocket. I love that bow on there. That just needs to dry. Now this one, do we want to put a bow on this? Make one and see. Sometimes you have to just really mess with the bow to get it to do what you want it to do. This one, the tails just don't want to come down. There we go. Kind of like that it's open because I like it there in the corner, so I'm gonna just cut this one down. And I need to sharpen my scissors. They are dull. That's cute right there. So I'm going to put that right there. I think that's where that's going to go. Get some more of this Fabri-Tac. Oh, that's so cute. I love that. So we're going to set those aside. The Fabri-Tac's got to dry. It'll dry to grab fairly quickly, but I just want to make sure it's dry before putting it in a journal. But let's just take a peek. So that is going to be so cute in there. I love that bow in the corner. That worked out really great. This one on this side or this one. Either one will look beautiful right there. Yep. So I'm really happy with those. So there's a couple of pockets for our journal. That's going to be my front and back pockets. Let's see how much time we've taken. That has taken me a long time. Okay, so it'll probably be several videos, and I'm going to do them back to back. let's see, I want to show you one more thing. So they'll be just longer videos. I have some of my ephemera that I want to use. I think in a previous video I've showed you a sack. So this was sacks that I think they had last annual catalog, and I bought some, and they make really great pockets for a journal. But if you don't have a sack, let me show you how you can make one. Okay, so I'm going to do it, let's see, how big will this, I'm going to cut this in half. So I'm going to cut this piece, this is 11 inches here, this width, and I'm going to cut this at 5.5. So I'm just going to show you, you can use copy paper or whatever. You can use cardstock. It's totally up to you. So I'm going to choose this because this is going to be the height of the bag, okay? And all you have to do is fold over the bottom edge about 1/4, 1/2 inch. Hopefully I have this in camera. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Pull that edge down. You can guess this. Just make sure these edges here and here line up with the edge of your paper. You can do this with parchment paper, vellum. Vellum you're going to probably want to score. It'll be easier to fold with vellum. Your cardstock, you can make a bag with that. Okay, so we have this part up, and then you're just going to fold these over, and you're just going to guess, kind of center it as best as you can. You got to make sure you overlap probably at least 1/2 inch. So I think this will be good, and so I'm going to fold that there like that. Okay, then we're going to open this up, and where these folds here and this folds here meet, you need to cut away the sides, but you want to angle it in from the line, so you have an angle cut, and then cut just a little bit above that fold line on the bottom there, because we don't need these pieces here. And then the same thing here, you're going to cut just at an angle and a little bit above this bottom line. That way it doesn't interfere with the fold when we fold it up. Okay. Okay, so this will get folded in like this. That will get glued down, and this will get folded up, and you have a sack. If you want decorative edges, you could take a pair of pinking snips, if you have pinking scissors. I happen to. I also have decorative scissors, but if you have pinking scissors, these are stiff, you can cut. So remember that where this fold is, this is going to be the back of your bag. So you could just kind of guess, kind of a, let's see, let's do here and kind of do an oval out of it, totally freehand, and go up to the top. So then you would have that, and then you can go ahead here and just cut a little bit off the edge, and same thing here, a little bit off the edge. Okay, so now you have that. And you can do that with those decorative edge scissors. Let me grab some. So something like this. This has a little bit of a rust, kind of a ripped pinking look to it. So if you have some of these, I actually thrifted these not too long ago. That would work too. So now let's go ahead and attach this. I'm just going to put a little bead of glue close to the edge there, and then I'm going to put a little bit close to the edge here. I'm going to go ahead and close that. And then I'm going to, this flap here, I'm going to glue on here like that. And now you have a bag that if you didn't have another sack, you have a sack made here, and you can make them any size with that. Okay, so there's a simple sack. I'm going to use this one. So so on the next video, we're going to continue with pockets. I'm going to do the whole process, not work in it outside of the video, so that you guys can follow along if you want, and you can make something similar or whatever, just to give you some different ideas for pockets. So stay tuned. I am releasing one every night until the journal's done, and then yeah, every night till the journal is finished. So right now we're working on ephemera pieces, and we have several to make. So again, thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.